but it really is about finding things that you can do to really calm yourself, like Sean was saying, right? We often are just living in this like overdrive state all the time, right? And it's very hard to heal your body, right? Like I said, when athletes don't sleep, the amount of injuries, they skyrocket. So if you're in chronic pain all the time, sleep is just one way to like bring down stress and recover. But there's many different ways, right? And so these are just some of those ways that we can add to the toolkit to make, the recovery more effective, okay? So what I'm gonna get everyone to do right now is actually stand up, okay? So I'm gonna stand up. We're gonna play some musical chairs. Not really, but we actually are gonna walk like this, okay? So what you're gonna work on right now is going to be what you're doing when you're lying down. This is a breath hold, okay? So all it is normal breath. So I'm just breathing right now. And once it's not gonna be a hold on the in breath, it's only gonna be holding the out breath. So you're breathing in, like say, that's a normal out breath for me. I would hold, okay? And you would just hold until you're like, oh, I gotta breathe in. Now, some people, if you're really good at this, like you could go 20, 30 seconds. If you only go 5 seconds, and again, it's not to hold like, oh, I can keep going. The moment you feel that urge to breathe, you breathe in. So this isn't like a how long can you hold your breath thing. This is actually a test of your tolerance, your CO2 tolerance. And improving this one skill actually will improve so many different things. And so I just want everyone to do 2 things. 1, obviously follow the instructions, but 2, count how long you can hold the breath before you felt the urge, okay? So this is how it will look in real time for me. And I'll do this when I'm breathing. So it's like that, right? So it's a normal breath, just in and out. The out is just a normal out breath, just like you're breathing right now. So you don't change anything from where you're breathing now, okay? So let's give this a try, okay? So on your own, whenever you start, when you feel breathe in, breathe normal breath out, hold it, and then just start counting. I want you to do 3 rounds and then just see the longest time. Just count in your head. I want to see how long each of you got. Let's put your hand up when you're done. What was your time?
Like 18 seconds.
Nice, solid. Remember, we don't want you holding any longer. The moment your body says, breathe in, you breathe in. Got some champs here. We're going hard. It's not people are now, this is like competition. I shouldn't have said anything. People are like, oh, I got this. 13? It's getting less.
8, 6.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. 20 every time? Yeah.
50. Less.
It gets less, yeah. Okay, and did it stay consistent or? Oh, you got way longer. Oh. Like your holds went longer than not shorter? So 10 and then 30. Okay, nice.
Nice. I was 22.
You see, you do breath work, you can see.
Dead 8. So.
Okay. So again, that's like your ability, like obviously, like carbon dioxide, CO2, all that stuff, right? That is like, we all need oxygen, but we need to actually expel that out of our blood as well. So the relationship has to be like a balanced one. And so the reason why I say breathe out of your nose is because if you breathe out of your nose, you assure that takes place. If you start mouth breathing, especially on the inhale, you're into issues. Now, when you're doing certain breath work, it will ask you. So like Wim Hof breathing, for example, is like all like you're doing that. And the point of that is the reason why you can hold your breath for super long after is because it's like a CO2 flush. Like you flushed all the CO2 out and you're full of oxygen, and then you can hold for like 5 minutes. Some people, it's crazy, but you can also start hallucinating and stuff. It's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy. No, legit. You literally can start hallucinating. People like go into like, it's nuts. Okay. So that whole section there, and why I thought this was so important is because like Sean said, and everyone else who mentioned it, like breath work sucks. No one wants to take time to do it. We often just say, it's not that important. Let me get these workouts in and stuff like that. But it's like putting the cart before the horse, right? Like if we're like our central nervous system is always like agitated, right? We're not calm, like we can't heal, right? And so this is cool because these types of things can be break in case of emergency, or you can just develop them as part of your practice, right? It can be something you do after, like some of you guys have seen like, hey, I put box breathing at the end of the workouts, right? You'll see that. It's by design because I want you to start to recover. So Andy Galpin, Dr. Andy Galpin, he's one of the best exercise scientists out there. And he literally says, like after you do a workout, you need at least 2 minutes. Don't look at a phone, no music. If you can get in silence, great. And just, you don't have to do any breath work. You just focus on your breath. How am I breathing? That will automatically put you into the rest and recovery state. Now, you've probably all been there before, at least I know I have, where you do like some intense activity. You play hockey guys out here, right? You play sports, other thing. And then you're like, all right, I gotta go, put your stuff on, you go. And you're like sweating for like so long after. You're like, why am I still sweating? It's because you haven't actually gone into a recovery state, right? And so after we finish workouts or we have stressful days and things like that, or like, let's say you have certain things where like you're on site or you got like intense meeting or like you're just fired up, right? You have to take time to tell your body to go into that rest and recovery state. If some of you aren't sleeping well, imagine if you do that 90-90 before, you'll fall asleep. You'll go to sleep, right? Because you're calming yourself. A lot of times from the day, we're just so fired up. And then you have a shit sleep. You wake up, you feel like shit. You're tight. You're like, oh, okay, I gotta go. And then you like start your day, you sit and like eat some food, and then you go in the car. And like, come on, like there's no time for yourself, right? And so the movements and training, that stuff's great, but there's another level that if you can tap into that, it's just going to improve the quality of your life. And if the quality of your life is better, workouts, training, time with family, all that just improves. Yeah. So these things can be used for that. So I encourage you to start to like explore that. So just to recap, like pain is your friend, not your enemy. Right? It really is your body telling you something's not right. Pushing through it or ignoring it are two things that most people do. And obviously when you push through, like you're just gonna be stuck in that state, right? If you ignore it, it's the same thing, right? Or you quiet it with meds and stuff like that. We just don't want to do that. And then we talked about it being like a neurological protective thing, right? Like it's everything. It's not just one thing, right? And so one thing I want you to think about when you do feel pain in your body is asking these questions. So I wrote them down. What is my body asking for? Right? And I don't even like saying my body. What am I asking for? Right? It's you, right? It's all of us, right? Like it's you. So what adjustments can I make? Right? Like what's going on? Am I just sitting? Like, do I gotta do some breath work? Do I gotta do some movement? Like what am I doing? And then am I holding tension, right? You did some of these breathwork things where like you probably felt tension, like, oh, I breathe. I'm like, oh, this is tight here, right? You can analyze those things for yourself just to put yourself in a better position, okay? So when you feel pain and tightness, discomfort, just do a check-in. Do those body scans. Just like ask yourself what's happening, right? Yeah, understand the message. That's really it, like understanding the message that your body is trying to communicate. Okay. So just a recap here of the things you can do. So these are just some quick ones. We're not going to do them. One of them is just like breathwork techniques that you learn. Okay. Or just stopping and just paying attention to your breath. That alone is enough. Just Oh, just that thing at the start. No, I'm breathing, cool. Because you might realize you're breathing super heavy or something. What the hell, right? Next thing is, this is like a sensory thing. So next day you're like coming home, you're in the car or something like that, and you're like, I know you've all done this before because I have. And I used to, I don't drive anymore, which thankful for that. But sitting in the car and then you just like pull out the phone and you just be like on there for like 20, I can't even go inside. Like I've had those times. I'm just cooked, right? I'm just exhausted, whatever it is. And you don't want to go around. Instead of doing that, sit in the car, pay attention to your breath. This is something super easy. So you can ask yourself in your head, like, what are 5 things that I see right now? All right. And say them in your head, you know, because you're sitting there. 4 things you feel. Oh, I feel my butt underneath the thing. I feel my feet are freezing right now. I feel my hat on my head, right? It's going to ground you. 3 things you hear, right? You might hear some cars going by, right? The freeway. If you stop and listen, you can hear that stuff. Something you smell, right? You might smell the inside of your car actually has a smell, but you just don't pay attention to it. You're like, oh yeah. And then something you taste. You're like, I just had coffee, man. And my breath tastes like crap. If you do that one thing, you're going to completely ground yourself in where you are, because all of your senses tell you where you are. And so by acknowledging everything, you will completely be like, okay, it's like a reset.